Hello everyone! My name is Andressa Maia and this is Falando Nisso, the channel where you find many tips to help you learn Brazilian Portuguese. In this video, I want to talk about 5 very common mistakes that Spanish speakers make when speaking Portuguese. But before we start, subscribe to the channel, like the video and share with your friends that want to learn Portuguese. And also follow me on Instagram, where I also post many tips about vocabulary, grammar, curiosities, expressions. So make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. Now, let's talk about the topic of this video. Mistakes that people who already speak Spanish usually make when speaking Portuguese. It's a very common situation that people want to learn Portuguese because they already know how to speak Spanish, so it feels like natural, it makes easier understanding Portuguese if you already know Spanish. But you need to be aware of a few issues because it's common that people try to use words and pronunciation in Spanish to see if it works in Portuguese. Sometimes it works, but most of the time it will just sound like you are speaking Portunhol instead of Portuguese. Now, the mistakes I want to mention here, they are basic. So if you manage to avoid them, it will make a huge difference. Like there are many differences in grammar and vocabulary between Portuguese and Spanish, but these ones, they are basic ones. They are like words and pronunciation issues that you will need to use constantly. So if you make these mistakes, it's clear that you are actually speak Spanish, not Portuguese. But if you fix them, it's a huge step to sound more natural speaking Brazilian Portuguese, okay? Now, the first one is probably one of the most common ones, and I actually have a whole video only about it, which is the pronunciation of the letter L in the end of words or before consonants. So Spanish speakers, they pronounce this L in the end, for example, Brazil, like Brazil, okay? In Portuguese, we don't have it, we never pronounce it like this. The L in the end and before consonants sound like U, like the vowel U in Portuguese. So we have words like Brasil, mil, legal, malvado, okay? Pay attention that I'm talking about the L in the end and before consonants. So the L before a vowel like legal sounds like L because it is before a vowel, okay? But when I say malvado, for example, you have a consonant after the L, so this L sounds like U, not L. Not malvado or mil, Brasil, okay? So make sure you pronounce the L correctly from now on. The second mistake is the verb to be. There are many verbs that are different from Spanish to Portuguese, but I just want to mention this one because this is one that we use a lot. So I am in Spanish would be like soy, yo soy, or yo estoy. And I just want to let it clear that I don't speak Spanish, okay? But soy and estoy. And in Portuguese, it's sou and estou. And I know it might sound like so little, the difference is so irrelevant, but it's not. Because in Brazilian Portuguese, the sound of the vowels are very important. It makes a huge difference in your pronunciation if you articulate and pronounce the vowels correctly. So when you say soy instead of sou, or estoy instead of estou, it's like, whew, Spanish. Everybody will understand you. It's not about being understood here, okay? These tips are about sounding more like a Brazilian and less like Spanish, okay? So people will understand if you say soy, but you want to speak Portuguese, not Spanish, right? So make sure you stop saying soy and estoy and start saying sou and estou, okay? Now, the third mistake is also very common. In Spanish, people is like gente, not gente, but gente, right? And in Portuguese, we also have the word gente. It's written the same way, but we pronounce gente. But the problem is that in Spanish, you use la gente, meaning people. And if you want to say something like people like to eat pizza, and you are thinking in Spanish, you could try to say something like a gente gosta de comer pizza, or a gente gosta de comer pizza, like mixing that Spanish with Portuguese to see what happens. And the problem is that a gente in Portuguese means we, okay? Like we, me and you, us. If you say a gente gosta de comer pizza, what I understand is we like to eat pizza. It happens a lot during my classes. They say like, oh, a gente gosta, a gente vai, and I'm like, me and you? Or, you know, because I know they are trying to say the people. So don't say a gente meaning people, because a gente means we. If you are trying to say people, you have to say as pessoas. So, people like to eat pizza. As pessoas gostam de comer pizza. Ok? A gente, we. People, as pessoas. Now, the fourth mistake is the articles. So, this is very important. Again, sounds something very, basic, but it makes a huge difference when you are speaking, because we use articles a lot. In Spanish, you have un and una with an, and in Portuguese, it's and uma with am. So when you are speaking and you say una casa, Spanish, immediately, any Brazilian knows that you are actually speaking Spanish. So not un or una, but uma, to say a or an. Uma. And the same happens with the definite articles that in Spanish are like el and la, and in Portuguese it's just o or a. So it makes a huge difference if you're trying to say like the table and you say la mesa, not la mesa, a mesa. So make sure you study the articles in Portuguese and stop confusing the Spanish ones with the Portuguese ones. It will really make a huge difference because we use articles all the time. So you can be conjugating the verbs correctly, but if in the middle of your sentence you are constantly using una, la, it's Portunhol, not Portuguese. Now, the last mistake that I want to talk about in this video is the pronunciation of in the end of words. This one is quite simple. You just need to remember that words that in Spanish end in on, in Portuguese end in ão. So, coração, heart, coração in Spanish is coração, ão in Portuguese. Razón, like reason, in Spanish, razón. In Portuguese, razão, razão. Okay? So, stop thinking on and start thinking ão, ão. And when I say that vowels are important, when you say on, we just hear the sound of one vowel, the vowel O, on. But when you say you have two sounds there, two vowels. A, the vowel A, nasal sound, and the vowel O. And it makes a difference when we are listening, okay? So, These are the 5 mistakes: the pronunciation of the letter L, the verb to be, ser and estar, being pronounced like sou and estou, the expression a gente, that means we and not people, the articles and uma, or o and a, not una, el and la, and the in the end of the words. Okay? That's it for this video. Let me know if these tips were useful for you, and leave a comment here with your doubt, with your question. Let me know what you would like to watch for the next video. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.